Happy Sunday. How are you? This is a really good song from a guy over in Africa. What's off the coast? Yeah, that sounds pretty tribal, pretty neat. How's everybody? Still didn't get to that GoPro. Um, Doug changed his sheets. First time I've ever known him by himself, so I started doing the laundry and you know helping out. I used to help out in the shop too, but if still got to treated like I was married to the house, so it's like, yeah, fuck that. I've been a businesswoman. I don't need that. So, I'll always do it by myself if I have to. I don't care. You know, that's the way that is. Yeah. I used to sell all kinds of stuff when I was a little kid, and I delivered flyers with my mom and telephone books and catalogs. And, I used to take like 9 catalogs at a time. They were about like yay thick, and the Sears were really big. Sears and Roebuck is what it was called. And wow. But we made money, and some of them were newspapers with advertisements, and we'd like roll them up and put a rubber band on them and go hook them on their door. The phone book, we'd like open up their door if we could and slide them down in there. There was a trick to it. It's like, wow. It was a trip. Yeah, I was thinking about uh, space, the word space, and how that like indicates, how far is space, how big of a space. I don't know. I'm just gonna turn this down a minute. Yeah, Rex Bear was talking about outer space, and then I watched Bruce Sees All, and everybody's pretty interested in the space. The Nibiru watchers, that community, everybody, I think we're crossing lines now as far as, everything's intertwined like that. But, space. Is it the space of a filament or a human hair? Or is it like, if you go out into space, how far is it till the end? That question. Does it ever end? God's up ahead building space forever and we'll never catch up, you know? Yeah. Or, is there an end of space for our space? And, you know, all those questions. I don't know. Just pondering the word space. That's funny. Yeah. So I think I'm high on fumes of Lysol, Pine Sol, laundry detergent, and well, that's serious. Oh, anyway, no, it's a happy day. I like cleaning. It's been raining. Started kind of drizzling last night about, let me see. Drizzled once about 5:30, something like that, and then it was okay until about probably 4 in the morning. It started raining, so I get up. All my windows are open, and Doug's cat, our cat Bob, is sitting on a ledge that Doug built him, and he's sitting there in a puddle of water, just enjoying himself. The rain's coming in. He's sitting there getting all rained on and everything. He's such a beautiful little guy. And the funny thing is, their mama had died. That isn't funny, but the funny thing is I had an old cookie sheet, so I put some warm water in there so I could do them all really quick so they could dry together and snuggle. So I and be clean. So they were like 6 weeks old, maybe no 8, about 8 weeks old. I think their first bath. I sat them down little bitties in that cookie sheet and washed them really quick and dried them off. I didn't get them like entirely wet, but like their butts and faces and ears because they had no mama, So did them really quick and sat them down by the wood stove by the cast iron feet so they'd stay warm. I had a little blanket down there for them, and yeah, they were cute. So Bobby was used to having a bath ever since he was tiny. So then, like, sometimes in the summer, I haven't this summer, but I'd have a bucket full of toys like rubber ducks and little balls and stuff, and well, it actually was an old refrigerator crisper drawer and it was sort of clear. And so I'd fill it up and with clean water every so often, like every few days in the summer, and he'd play. He'd dig out his toys, and I haven't done that. I Last summer I was too busy with my own pool, So yeah. Anyway, this summer I didn't set it up because I got plans to do a lot of stuff. So don't know what yet. Don't know where, but I'm gonna. Hmm. Maybe just a lot of hiking or something, but I'm not sure. But anyway, funniest thing with Bobby this morning, and how cute, playing in a puddle of water. So, yeah. There was certain things that was funny in his own little pond there, his little pool, Bobby's pool, when I'd put it out there for him and I'd put it on a towel on the wood and he'd dig the ones out he didn't want in there, and there was certain things he would actually let float around in there and just kind of like bat them around like that. So it was like a aquatic kitty toy. So yeah, hit endless hours of fun. If your cat likes water, you might want to try it, Like I thought even like a little kiddie pool for but that's a bit big for in the house. But an old, well, not old, but buy a drain pan for draining your oil in, and they're like plastic. You could use one of them, you know, or they come in metal too, or I'm not sure if they do anymore come in metal. Come to think of it, but or in cooking supplies, they have all kinds of plastic tubs and different things. You know what I mean? Whatever, you know, where they can reach in and play. And yeah, anyway. I don't know if I'll do that this summer for them. It's a add extra work I don't want to do right now. So what do you guys think about space? What's your theories on it? What's your thoughts? Think space is endless? Our Father's up ahead making surprises for us as we go, as we learn? Or is it the space of what they say in the Bible, the veil? Like when the veil's lifted, maybe there won't be that separation of space. I think we're here to learn to be ourselves, and like we're not totally glued together, that we're not meant to be totally glued together, only to treat each other with respect. And if you're honorable and decent and you're clean in your life and you're striving for more clean all the time, I think when we hit that point, that's when we're good to go. That's what I mean, where a Christian can do anything. Because if you have remorse, you learn, you're always good to go. You know, that's what I know in my heart. So, yep, I might get on here and jabber later, but you guys want to see some incredible footage? I am not kidding. The last couple videos, well, all the videos that Bruce sees all of the moon. I mean, I've watched the moon since I was a little girl through a telescope, and the stuff he catches in his technique is none other. And I think he's even closer than he's letting us on, but he's like spoon feeding us little by little to get our attention. This guy is not stupid. He is probably way smarter than what he puts off. First of all, English isn't his first language, and the way he articulates he calls us Americans. Well, we're all American. He forgets that Canada's part of America, but then Maybe he doesn't because I don't forget that Canada's part of Britain either. So maybe that's where he's going with that because he is a friend and I do love him. So yeah, and our birthdays are the same. He's like my little brother birthday present. Isn't that cool? Really cool. I thought when I found that out, it's like, oh, yay, another February 15th Aquarian. I had so many Aquarian friends, was funny. I mean, I had different friends down in Phoenix, but it was so odd because right next door, my friend Lynn, and then her friend Bridget, and I met, and my friend John and my friend Becky, everybody. We were all like Aquarians. It was just like an Aquarian club. Can you imagine like about five or six like that? Wow. It was fun. Yes, it was. Yeah, and they're all really good people, really, really good people. A couple of them, well, more than a couple of them, all of them actually, come to think of it, severely under attack by they call themselves Illuminati. That's so disgusting. There's nothing light about it. And the knowledge is like old fashioned. you know. So yeah. I know for a fact when the millennial generation comes into say mm, when they're in their 50s, when they're half a century old, there will probably be no bullshit tolerated on this planet. Because back in the 70s, the people like me that didn't want the hippie movement and that, I call it 60s nonchalant devil may care attitude, like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, all that bad influence bullshit, you know. Like you don't have a brain and you don't have to have a brain or keep it clean or take care of it in any way, and everything's all happy and we're all dancing around like a bunch of little idiots and all that shit. And, you know, so yeah, somebody that loves to dance and sing, but yet will sit down and study for everybody else too. It's like, yeah. And that when I think the millennials got hit with not being able to study like they wanted to or could have or anything with everything that was going on in the world. And when they realized what was actually, and some of them do, done to them, I think that this world's going to be in trouble, especially the people that did it to them. Like bad parents and stuff. When you get to be about 50 years old, well, if you're not in your 20s and you're not thinking that the parents that raised you, if they didn't do it right, I mean, everybody, I think, goes through that, oh, poor me thing, but really, how bad was it? Were they tricked by Satan or were they actually Satanistic? There's the question right there. Is it forgivable or unforgivable? And you determine that when you're about 20. I do believe. Well, my stuff, God told me, excuse me, God told me was unforgivable. He said, but show him forgiveness. So I did. And I got thoroughly burnt for that too, but because I trusted the wrong people all the time. But we do that, don't we? Excuse me, I'm going to light a smoke. So, yeah, tell me what you're doing in your life. What do you do for a living? What do you do? What do you like? What are your hobbies? Just a second. Mm. Um, where do you want to go in your life? I mean, as far as where would you like to visit and, you know, that type of thing. Your interests, that would be cool to know. Make a video and give me a shout out. Shout out. I'll go watch it. Yeah, let me know about you. I mean, some of you do. Some of you, I know what's going on, and that's cool. But so, yeah, just curious, and you know, Me, myself, one of my favorite things to do, if I had a perfect day, my perfect day would be to get up and have coffee, get stuff to go to the beach, and probably the night before, like make sandwiches or whatever so you don't get really gooey and put them in plastic bags. That's how I roll because I don't like dirty hands out in public. It's just something drives me crazy that will. So, like, take snacks and whatever and pack the cooler full and hit the beach and have a picnic and swim and stargaze and then go home and take a shower and go to bed. That's like a perfect day to me. So I used to like row out in my boat or canoe, spend the whole day swimming and fishing, and go home and cook some fish and clean stuff up. And that was the day, you know. I had a lake home, so um, till it burned down. But so yeah, I had nice beaches around me and lots of lakes. And there's still a lake over there, but it's so dirty from the people that live on it. They didn't take care of their shorelines like they should have. And um, I worked with some of them too, and well, they looked like their shoreline. That's all I got to say. That's all I'll say. God shut me up. So, yeah. Anyhow, I'll tell you someday what I told them in the break room. I was working at Walmart first in stocking and at night, and then I went into the pharmacy, and then oh yeah, Walmart you the whole thing. I learned the whole thing. Their so-called college courses, and then I went back in seasonal, and that was my favorite. So with the plants and the lawnmowers and the dirt and all that, dog food, cat food, whatever, you know, all that stuff, and the paint and all the stuff I actually really know. I knew the whole story inside and out anyway, just from everything I've done in my life. And I haven't been below scrubbing toilets. I worked cleaned a whole convention center in a Holiday Inn out right after my first son was born, and then came back to Minnesota. I've been back and forth like a whole bunch of times. And that was in Montana, Billings, and then whenever, even when I was out there, I washed windows, scrubbed toilets. I did an awful lot of painting. My ex and I used to do like maintenance, like caretakers of big apartment complexes, and I was a assistant manager for one, and you know, different things. And that required like mostly office work. Oh, it was awful horrible. I had access to a pool and a sauna, and yeah, nice. Was a 2 bedroom apartment, 2 bedroom deluxe with the dining room and stuff. And long story there too, but I love my job, but somebody else messed it up for me. So whatever. I was young. I was like 21, no kids. Now that was a nice day. Underground parking and stuff. It was in the outskirts of Minneapolis and Plymouth. It's they it grew now. It's quite a bit bigger, but yeah. So yeah. So and even neighbors when my son was here and getting insurance on a car seems to be difficult. So I just will either walk or you know, depend on somebody else. Don't give a shit. But I got pulled over once, and that was enough for me. So, um, yeah, I rather walk, I guess. But yeah, I walked to the neighbors, and I took care of bunnies when she was working, and I walked to another neighbor, and I would just go in and start cleaning her house in the morning, and then she'd like buy me whatever I needed, cigarettes and all that stuff, and you know, and she was a friend from high school. They ended up which was really funny. We both moved out from Minneapolis and ended out here on the same road, and we were the same age in the same class in Jefferson Junior High in Minneapolis. So seventh and eighth grade till I took off, and you know. But anyway, it's so funny. Rhonda moved out here. Well, they ended up losing their house and they went down to Nebraska. And long story, long story. Things didn't work out with the friendship, but that was too bad. But whatever. That happens. Some people are like each other more than others, and that's just the way that stuff is. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to cut it short. I might be back on here, so I didn't get the GoPro going, and I got to go get another load of laundry going and dry some more. So, God bless your day. Happy Sunday to y'all.